Welcome to Caveman Volleyball here, Caveman fans. Caveman will be taking on John Glenn here tonight. The first serve was by Nikki Mitchell, and the Cavemen do score. She serves the second. And Glenn gets it back this time. John Glenn, the Falcons, here tonight. A big hit there by Fry at the net, off the block and out of bounds. Caveman point. Cavemen lead early here, 2-0. Last time we were here at the Cave, the Cavemen lost a very, very tough match against New Prairie. We'll see if they can fare a little better here tonight. Another serve by Mitchell is good. The Falcons get it over. Mitchell put it up for Madison. Madison high off the block and down. Point Falcons. And Falcons serve. Cavemen try to return it. Pelletier gets it over and down. Cavemen point. Fry back to serve for the Cavemen. She gets it over. The Falcons put it down and in. A great play there by the Falcons, getting it right into the middle of the Cavemen defense. Nobody there. And the Cavemen drop another point. And the serve by Glenn is good. Cavemen get it over. A great play there by Quincy Streffling, and the Cavemen with a point. It's been back and forth here early. Cavemen lead 4-2. Back to serve for the Cavemen is Pelletier. Good play there off Fry and out of bounds. That'll be a point for John Glenn. And again, we're back and forth here in our first game. Mitchell puts it up. Ashburn's got to get over and does. John Glenn with a chance now. A good hit there, but Mitchell's right there. Madison will put it up for Streffling. Streffling comes in hard and good. Point Cavemen. 5-3 here. Holland in the game for Madison. Holland usually comes in as a server. She'll go back to serve. It's a good serve there. And Glenn, the Falcons do get it over. Mitchell will have to put it up again. Fry comes in on that. A good hit, but a good save there by the Falcons. They'll have to get it over. They do. Mitchell puts it up for Ashburn. A good hit, but still in play. The Falcons get it back over, and that's going to be a point for the Falcons. Infraction there by the Cavemen. Coach Anderson trying to figure out what happened on that play. And the Falcons serve is good. Holland puts it up for Ashburn. Ashburn comes in hard and inbounds. Cavemen score again, makes it 6-4. Serve is good. And that ball's back over, but out of bounds. Cavemen score again as Watford had the good serve, and she'll be back to serve again. 7-4 is the score here. Good set. Falcons with a good block by the Cavemen. Cavemen got to stick with it, and they do. Fry comes in hard. That's going to be off the Falcons. Can they get there? No. Off the Falcons and out of bounds. That'll be a point for the Cavemen. And the Cavemen have now extended their lead to 4, 8-4 here in our first set. That serve is good. Falcons will have to play it over. They do, and a diving save there, but it's going to be out of bounds. Springman had to dive for it and couldn't keep it in. And the Falcons back to serve here again. That serve is good. Holland is there. Ashburn puts it over. And the Falcons have to get it over. They do. That'll be Fry, who's got to get over and hits it off the side of her hand and stays on the Caveman side, so that'll be another point for John Glenn. Ashburn off the block. It's still in play, though. Watford's got to get over and does, again off the block. Big hit there and down. Point Falcons. Fry off the block. Can it get down? It does. Caveman point. So Pelletier in. Ashburn back to serve. And that serve is up and over by Ashburn. Ashburn keeps it in play for the Cavemen. Fry comes in strong and too long, out of bounds. So far it's been back and forth here, 9-8 Cavemen lead. Cavemen have led from the very outset, but it's been close the whole time. And back to serve is Ayers for the Falcons. Ayers puts it up and over. Wofford's right there. Mitchell's going to set it up for Pelletier, who tips it right into the open space. Nobody there for the Falcons. Cavemen score. Mitchell started this game serving. She's back to serve again as our rotation's gone all the way through. And that's going to be long and out of bounds. Falcon point. Against New Prairie, those drop shots like Pelletier just had for the Cavemen really hurt the Cavemen. And some bad serving, so we got to make sure the serves stay in bounds. Madison's got to get over and does. Falcons got to get over, they do. Fry's right there. Mitchell's going to put it across for Fry again. Off the net, but still in. And the Falcons just mishit it, can't get it over. It'll be a Caveman point. Streffling in for Watford as Fry goes back to serve. And that's a point for the Cavemen. Good serve, but just out of bounds. Point Glen. Back to serve for the Falcons, number 10, Groves. Groves puts it up, gets it over. Right into Fry, but Fry gets it up. They'll have to get over, and Streffling does. Good set there by the Falcons. Way too long, though. Caveman point. And the serve by Pelletier. The back set over by the Falcons. A good running hit, but Pelletier dives and gets it. Fry's going to have to get it over and does. All the way across the court. A big hit there, but Pelletier again there. Mitchell puts it up for Streffling. Off the net, but still in play. All the way across. Off the block and down. So the block couldn't keep it up as it falls in between all the Cavemen. And that'll be a point for the Falcons. Fry's there. Mitchell put it up. That'll be Ashburn, but another bad hit into the net gives another point to the Falcons. Mitchell puts it up, and it's a cross, but a good diving save there by the Falcons. And that's into the block, and they're going to say that was over the net and a infraction, Cavemen. That'll be point Falcons. And the Cavemen lead has been cut down to 0. It is now tied at 13. Falcons still serving. Mitchell puts it up. They've got to get it over into the block, but the Cavemen stick with it. They've got to get it over now. Springman does. And a good block there by Ashburn. And now the Cavemen have a chance here. Back to Madison. Madison off the block. Almost down, but still in play. Mitchell up for Ashburn. Ashburn with a good hit. Still in, though. They're going to have to get it over. They do. Mitchell puts it up. Madison again. That'll be Streffling and Ashburn go for it. Run into each other, and that'll be a point for the Falcons. And the Falcons take their first lead of the first set. And the Falcons to serve again. That was number 5, Wilk. Good job sticking with it as Glenn just barely gets it over. Fry puts it up for Streffling. Streffling gets it over. The set by the Falcons is good. It's going to be long, but Mitchell plays it. And a big hit there by Streffling. A good play there gives the Cavemen a point and ties us back at 14. And the serve by Holland. Almost gets the ace, but a good job by the Falcons sticking with it. And that's going to be down. Falcons point. Falcons again take the 1-point lead here in our first set. To serve again for the Falcons. Holland keeps it up. Mitchell all the way to Streffling. Streffling with a good hit, but right there, the Falcons. They got to get it over. They do. Mitchell puts it up. Holland puts it up a second time. Fry puts it over. And Mitchell puts it up. Holland across to Streffling. Streffling gets a good hit. Falcons stick with. And that's into the net. No good. Cavemen point. 15-15. Watford comes in to serve. Streffling will go to the bench. Serve by Watford is a good one. Falcons get it over. Springman puts it up. Holland up to Ashburn, who hits it over and almost down, but a diving save there by the Falcons. That one's way too long. Caveman point. Falcons momentarily were looking for a tip, but none was called. Watford to serve again. That one's up and over. Falcons will have to get it over. They do. Springman puts it up. Holland back for Mitchell, who tips it in and good. Cavemen score again. Their lead is now 2. But they're going to say there was a double hit or a lift there. So I thought the Cavemen had that point, but they're going to say that is an infraction, so the Cavemen will drop the point, and now we are tied. Mitchell puts it across for Fry. A big hit there, but right into the defense. And the tip. Mitchell put it up again for Fry with another big hit, but again right there. And a great block, and that'll be down. Cavemen point. Cavemen again get the 1-point lead, as it'll be Ashburn back to serve for the Cavemen. Cavemen with the 1-point lead and 8 points from victory here in our first set. And a big hit there, but well too long, out of bounds. Cavemen point. Back to serve again is Ashburn for the Cavemen. Ashburn puts it over. The Falcons got to scramble here. They got to get it over, and they do. Pelletier puts it up. Holland up again, this time for Fry. Again off the block, but out of bounds. Cavemen point. So the Cavemen have scored 3 straight points, and that's going to force the Falcons into a timeout. 19-16, Cavemen lead, 1 minute, timeout. Just a few seconds away from this timeout being over. The Cavemen will be in action again on Thursday here at home. Come out and watch the volleyball team play. And then also on Friday, the Cavemen varsity football team will be taking on Adams here at Steele Stadium. So come out and check out both the volleyball team and the football team this week here at Mishawaka. 19-16 is the lead for the Cavemen here in our first set. Ashburn back to serve again. That one's up and almost down, but just caught the top of the net and didn't make it over. Had the right plan trying to get it into the middle of the defense there, but could not. And the Cavemen will give up the serve. A good serve there by the Falcons, trailing by 2 late in the first set. A great hit there by Fry as it is in. Point Cavemen. Mitchell back to serve for the Cavemen here. Cavemen up 3, 20-17. Serve is good. Falcons get it over, but drops right in between as none of the Cavemen went for it. Coach Anderson not happy about that. The Falcons back to serve. It's going to be number 1, Dickinson. And Fry going to have another good hit. She does. The Falcons have to get it over. They cannot, and that's going to be point Cavemen. Strepling in, Watford out. Fry back to serve for the Cavemen. And the serve is up and good. Falcons will have to get it over on this hit. They do off the block. Streffling puts it up. Mitchell back to Madison. Madison off the block and out of bounds. Point Cavemen. Cavemen have really tried to take control here late. They've built one of their biggest leads of the first game, 22-18, a 4-point lead. That one is up and over by Fry. A bad first hit. Falcons stick with it. They got to get it over and do. Fry puts it up. Mitchell all the way up to Streffling. She gets it across. And Mitchell's going to have another chance. Puts it up for Pelletier off the block, but Pelletier sticks with it. They're going to have to get it over. Streffling does. And a good hit there to keep it alive as the Cavemen keep it alive now. Ashburn from the back. She puts it off the block. Still good. That's going to be a lift, though. And the lift gives the Cavemen another point, 23-18. It's a good serve there. Mitchell puts it up for Streffling, off the block, still in play. And another lift, or a double hit actually there, as that'll put Cavemen on the verge of winning the first game here. First set point's going to be Megan Fry with the serve. She puts it up and over. A big hit. Mitchell hits it. That's going to be out of bounds. Point Falcons. So Cavemen still 1 point away from victory. Up by 5, 24-19 in our first set. Number 10, Groves, back to serve for the Falcons. And she puts it up and over. Ashburn to Mitchell. Mitchell puts it back for Madison. Madison still in. And it's put over there as Streffling puts it up for Mitchell. Mitchell Over back to Streffling, and that's going to be off her hand into the net. Point Falcons. Falcons cut the lead to 4. And the ball's up and over and long. Point Caveman, and Caveman wins set number 1, 25-20. We'll take a 2 or 3 minute break here as the Cavemen win the first set 25-20 as we get ready for our second set. We are just about ready here for our second set as the Cavemen won the first set 25-20. Cavemen here taking on John Glenn. The Falcons traveled here with all 3 of their teams. They actually had a freshman game here earlier, a JV game right before this match, and now in the varsity. And again, just an update on our upcoming events. We will have the rest of this volleyball match tonight. We'll be off tomorrow, but you can watch the Cavemen volleyball team again on Thursday of this week as we have the 2 home matches this week. Cavemen will be taking on St. Joe here at the Cave, so come check them out against St. Joe. If you can't, you can watch us live here on YouTube. Friday will be our last broadcast of the week, as Friday will be a varsity football game here from Steel Stadium. The serve by John Glenn is a good one. Mitchell put it back to Fry. Fry off the net and good. So right off the net, the Cavemen pick up right where they left off. 1-0, Cavemen lead in set number 2. And it's over. The Falcons got to get it over. They do. Ashburn's right there. Mitchell all the way across to Streffling. Streffling into the block, almost down. Falcons stick with it. They got to get it over, and they do. Streffling to Mitchell. Mitchell up to Pelletier, who drops it right in the middle of all the Falcons. 3 of them diving, none of them coming up with it. 2-0 Cavemen. Back to serve for the Cavemen again is number 7, Fry. Fry puts it up and over. Falcons already trailing 2-0 here in set number 2. Fry plays it to Mitchell, up to Pelletier, who puts it over. And a tip, but the Cavemen are still with it as Madison over to Streffling, and big hit there by Streffling. That's going to be a Caveman point. Three to nothing Cavemen here in our second set. That one's up and over. The Falcons put it over. Pelletier right down on top of them. Cavemen point. 4-0, and a big advantage already for the Cavemen. And the serve by Fry is up and over. And it's going to be off of the Falcons. Ace for Fry. 5-0. Cavemen lead. Another good serve by Fry. The Falcons have to get it over. They do, and down. Neither of the Cavemen back in the back row there could get to it as it falls right between them, and it'll be a point for the Falcons. Back to serve is Groves for the Falcons. She puts it up and over. A great hit there by the Cavemen, forces a bad hit by the Falcons. Cavemen will score 6-1. Cavemen lead. Pelletier back to serve for the Cavemen. She puts it up and over. Off the block and down, inbounds. That'll be a point for the Falcons. The serve by the Falcons is good. Springman's there as Mitchell puts it up and almost down, but the Falcons have a chance. Can they get it over? They do. Ashburn gets there. Over to Streffling, and the ball's still alive. Good hit there by the Falcons, but the Cavemen have a chance here. Madison with the big hit off the Falcons player, out of bounds. Cavemen point. And Holland in for Madison. She is in to serve. And a great block there by Ashburn, but the Falcons get it. Another block there, but it's still in play. Streffling has a chance. She puts it into the block and down. Caveman point. Holland to serve again. Caveman with the 6-point lead. Good serve by Holland. 2 players for the Falcons go for it. Neither can get it in play as it goes out of bounds. Cavemen score again. Good serve by Holland. The Falcons get it over. Springman's there. Holland tips it but can't get it over, as that'll be a point for the Falcons. 9-3 Cavemen lead. And that's a good serve by the Falcons. Mitchell puts it up for Streffling. Streffling's got to get it over and does, off the block, and still good. As Ashburn puts it off the block, down. Cavemen drop a 2nd point in a row. 9-4. Cavemen lead as a great diving play there by the Falcons. They tip it over. Mitchell's there, though. Good block, but the Cavemen stick with it. Springman puts it up. Holland gets it up. Springman's got to get it over and does. And that's off Fry. Another point for the Falcons. So the Falcons have scored a few in a row, cut the Cavemen lead to 4. Back to serve is Dickinson, or excuse me, that's going to be number 8, Murray. Good hit there by the Cavemen, but the Falcons are there. They get it over. Fry puts it up. Springman's got to run for it. She gets it, but not going to be able to get it over. And the run continues for the Falcons. Another good serve by the Falcons. Holland puts it up for Streffling and way too long, out of bounds. Point Falcons. So the lead now 2 for the Cavemen in our second set. Cavemen won the first set 25-20. Mitchell into the block, out of bounds, Cavemen point. In for the Cavemen's going to be 22, Watford. She's in for Streffling to serve. Good serve by Watford, and that's going to be an ace. A good serve there by the Cavemen. Watford will try it again after getting that ace. Another good serve, but the Falcons are there. Holland will have to put it up for Mitchell. Mitchell gets it over. And Asher with a big hit. Cavemen point. The return hit from the Falcons was not good enough as it goes right over to the Cavemen, and Ashburn just lined that one up and put it down for a big point for the Cavemen, extending their lead to 5. Good serve by the Cavemen. Again, it's Watford. A big hit off the block, and that's going to be out of bounds. Point Falcons. A great hit there by the Falcons, and she got a running start into that one. In for the Falcons is number 3, Dolinsky. Dolinsky is back to serve for the Falcons. That serve is good. Mitchell puts it across for Fry. Fry with the big hit and almost goes out. And Mitchell tips it back over, but it's back. Holland puts it over. The Falcons are there, though. They got to get it over. They do. Mitchell to Holland. Holland to Ashburn. Good tip there by Ashburn into open space. Point Cavemen. Ashburn back to serve after a big time kill earlier and a nice tip there. She is serving. Another big hit, but it's blocked. Falcons stick with it. Pelletier tips it. Not good enough. Good job by Ashburn as she was there. Watford puts it up. Fry gets it over. A good tip, but Holland is right there. Mitchell puts it up for Fry. Fry with a good hit. Falcons still there. And the Falcons with a hit, but too long, out of bounds. Cavemen point. Cavemen lead at 6. Another good serve there by Ashburn. Ashburn there in the back. She puts it up. Holland back to Mitchell. Mitchell gets it over. Trying to get him on the second hit, but cannot. Pelletier gets it over and down. Nobody went for it for the Falcons. They didn't know if it would stay in or not. It did. Cavemen open a 7-point lead. A good block. Fry sticks with it. She gets it over. But they're going to say it went over the net, out of bounds, so that'll be a point for the Falcons. Coach Anderson didn't like that call, but it will be a point for the Falcons. The serve from the Falcons is over. Ayers with that serve, but double hit's going to give a point to the Cavemen. Actually, they're going to call that a lift. In for the Cavemen, Madison. Going out is number 23, Holland. Back to serve is Mitchell. Good serve by Mitchell. Falcons get it over. Mitchell puts it up. And that's going to be a point for the Cavemen. A tough one for the Falcons as Fry just tipped it over, and that's going to lead to a Falcon timeout. 17-9 is the lead. We'll be back in 1 minute. Back to serve for the Cavemen out of the timeout is Mitchell. Mitchell puts it over. Good tip there by the Falcons, but the Cavemen stick with it. Fry puts it up into the net. 4 hits called, and that'll be a point for the Falcons. And we're back here. We had a little mishap there, and that's going to be a point for the Cavemen. So the Cavemen, 3 points from taking set number 2 as we are at 22-16. Holland to serve for the Cavemen. Falcons get it over. Springman's there. Holland across. Streffling off the block, and that's going to go out of bounds. Cavemen point. Another good serve by the Cavemen. And that's going to be down. Ace Cavemen, 24-16, and it is set point. And that's out. Cavemen wins set number 2, 25-16. We're just about ready here to start our third set. If the Cavemen win, it'll be a straight set victory. Cavemen won the first two by scores of 25-20 and 25-16. As we're ready here to start set number 3, the Cavemen will be serving. It'll be Nikki Mitchell. Serve is up and good. That one is blocked, and the Cavemen will get the point on the double hit. 1-0 in set number 3 here for the Cavemen. Good serve again by Mitchell. The Falcons get it over this time. Fry with the good hit. Falcons stick with it. A good hit off the block and down. That'll be a point for the Falcons. Serve is good. Mitchell puts it up. This time for Madison. Still good. Good hit though. Ashburn sticks with it. And it's Fry this time off the block and good. Mitchell's right there. Madison puts it up. Again for Fry off the block and down. Caveman point. Fry back to serve for the Cavemen. Serve is good. And the Falcons just barely get it over. Madison off the block, but again, good save there by the Falcons. Pelletier this time and good. Cavemen point. Two good saves on that, back and forth by the Falcons. Results in a Caveman point still, as Pelletier got it right into the defense and nobody could get it back for the Falcons. That serve is good. Falcons get it over and good, out of bounds. Falcons point. And to serve, the Falcons get it over. A diving stop there by Scheffling, but it's going to be down. Ace. Falcons. All tied again at 3. Some of the best plays have been made by number 10 serving for the Falcons, Riley Groves, who made that play there. And she has another good serve. This time Madison back. She hits it off the block, out of bounds. Caveman point. And serving is Courtney Pelletier for the Cavemen. She gets it over. Good hit, but Nikki Mitchell right there for the Cavemen. Streffling gets it up and down. The path just opens there. None of the Falcons players went for it, and that's an easy point for the Cavemen. That serve is good, but out of bounds. So Pelletier tries to serve it down the line. Can't quite keep it in, though. That'll be a point for the Falcons. Good serve. Falcons get it over, but a great block by Madison. Falls right down, and the Cavemen will get the point. Holland coming in to serve for the Cavemen. Holland serves. Falcons stick with it. They got to get it over. They do. And again, Ashburn with the block, but it's going to fall. Nobody was able to get there. 6-5 lead for the Cavemen. The serve is good. Holland's there. Mitchell puts it up for Fry. Fry off the block. This time for Streffling. She puts it over. Ashburn puts it up. Mitchell's got to get it over and does. Falcons stick with it. The Falcons tip it over, but she's going to fall out of bounds onto the other side. That's going to be a point, Cavemen. So one of the Falcons players falls to the other side, and that gives the Cavemen a point. And the serve. To serve for the Cavemen is Watford. Good serve by Watford. And that's going to be down. That's going to be an ace. Watford to serve again. Another good one. Falcons will have to get it over. They do. Holland up for Mitchell. Mitchell gets it over. And Fry is there. Holland puts it up for Fry. And they're going to say it's a double hit there by Holland on the set. Falcons back to serve, trailing 2-0. The Falcons trail by 2 here in the third set. Cavemen won the first 25-20, the second 25-16. Mitchell puts it up for Ashburn. Ashburn gets it over and in. Good play by the Cavemen. Ashburn kept that in. And Ashburn will have the chance to serve now. And Ashburn with a good serve. And a big hit, but Caveman there to block it. Another block. It's going to be a double hit. Caveman point. Two really good blocks by the Cavemen. The second by Pelletier caused a double hit on the Falcons. 4-point lead for the Cavemen here in set number 3. Another good serve by Ashburn. Grove's got to get it over and mishits it into the net. Point, Cavemen. And Groves had a really good game, even though that one went into the net. She's been the best player for the Falcons here tonight. Good serve there by Ashburn. They got to get it over. They do. Mitchell up to Holland. Holland across for Fry. Fry gets it inbounds. Point, Cavemen. And the Cavemen are on a roll right now, up 12-6, and it looks like it's going to be a timeout for the Falcons. 12-6 is the lead for the Cavemen. We'll be back in 1 minute. Ashburn back to serve for the Cavemen. Cavemen lead by 6. This is the third set. Cavemen have won the first 2, so a third win would mean victory. Good tip there, but Holland is there. Mitchell across, Fry. Good hit by Fry. And the Falcons try to save it. They cannot. Point Cavemen. Ashburn will continue to serve. Ashburn puts it up and over. Pelletier puts it right down on the Falcons. Point Cavemen. And the Cavemen are on a roll now. Lead by 8 in the third and what could be final set of this match. And that is up and over. Big hit there from Groves off of Emma Watford, and that'll be out of bounds. Point Falcons. So a big time hit there by Groves as she put it right into the Caveman body of Watford. Nothing could happen. And we're ready to serve here. Serving is number 6, Ayers. That's going to be inbounds for the ace. Falcons score a few in a row. 6-point lead for the Cavemen now. Ayers again with the serve. Watford gets it. Mitchell up. Fry off the block. So they're going to play that. It'll be Fry again off the block. They've got to get it over. Ayers does. That's up for Pelletier into the block. Down, Caveman point. Madison in for Holland. Mitchell to serve. Good serve by Mitchell. Groves gets it over right into empty space. Point, Falcons. Serving is number 1, Dickinson. Fry keeps it up. Pelletier puts it up. Madison over. And here comes Grove again, and that's hard. Inbounds. Point, Falcons. And that'll put the serve back over to the Falcons. Dickinson to serve. She gets it over. Watford's there. Pelletier with a good hit. They got to get it over. The Falcons do. Ashburn's there. Mitchell up to Madison. Madison with the hit off the block, out of bounds. Caveman point. Streffling in. Fry to serve. Falcons get it over. Madison puts it across for Streffling, off the block. Still good though. Again, Streffling, again off the block. This time it's Madison off the block, out of bounds, Caveman point. Serving again is Fry. 17-10, the lead for the Cavemen. And that's still up. Pelletier puts it over. They got to get it over now. They do. Madison puts it up. Mitchell for Madison. Off the block, still in. And that's going to be a lift. And that'll be a point for the Cavemen. And Fry to serve again. And that's going to be an ace. Fry with the serve again. It's going to be a double hit there. Point Cavemen. Cavemen up 20-10. 5 points from winning this set and winning the match. Falcons got to get it over. Groves does. Mitchell puts it up. Pelletier with the big hit off the Falcons player. Point Cavemen. 21-10. Cavemen lead. And Fry back to serve yet again. Serve is up and over. Groves gets it over. And this will be Streffling, and it's still in play. Can the Falcons get it over? Yes, they do. This will be Madison. A good hit. Falcons got to get it over. They do. This is Streffling. The Falcons still got it. And here comes Groves. Ashburn's there. Mitchell to Madison off the block. Streffling plays it. And here's Ashburn, gets it over. Falcons have another chance. Groves again. And that's going to be tipped and out of bounds. Point Falcons. (21-11) lead for the Cavemen. Groves back to serve for the Falcons. She puts it up and over. Mitchell back to Madison. Madison gets it off the block. Down, Caveman point. Pelletier to serve. She puts it up and over. Mitchell does a good job sticking with it. Madison puts it up, and that's going to be too short as Madison put it a little too close to the net, and that'll be a point for the Falcons. Good hit by Streffling. Too long, though, out of bounds. Falcons point. Falcons serve. Fry sticks with it. Mitchell gets to it. Streffling gets it over. And a good job there by the Cavemen as Ashford puts it right down, and it'll be a point Cavemen. Cavemen 2 points from winning set number 3 and winning the match 3-0. Madison to serve for the first time tonight. A good block there by the Cavemen as they're going to call an infraction there over the line there by the Falcons. 24-13, Cavemen lead, set and match point. And that's Madison with the second serve, that one into the net. That'll be a point for the Falcons. (24-14) lead as the serve from the Falcons is good. They're going to say that's just long, out of bounds, Cavemen point. And with that, the Cavemen win 25-20, 25-16, and 25-14. I'm Matt Rendell. Thanks for tuning in to the Cavemen Sports Network. We'll be bringing you volleyball again on Thursday against St. Joe, and then football Friday here at Steel Stadium against Adams. Have a good evening.